New things. I think I'd like to look at a few of these. One thing I do want to do, I want to get back to Blackreach. Great lift or at route. Is it? Tower Mazark is an easy way to get there at least. Yeah, we just wanted the Dragon Elder Scroll we visited last time. Now the point would be to just go and check it out. Make an exploration trip to Blackreach. Shouldn't be anything here. It's also the secret of the Crimson. Return to your roots. Very close to that. I'm going to start moving toward this fire. It's far, far away. Move toward Roots. Crimson Roots quest target. Not sure why I'm still gathering alchemical ingredients. I guess we're doing an alchemy section, but it would be more trying to move the skill up than trying to figure out additional ingredients. Overseer side. Don't know what I was expecting. Not a house. Mushrooms and rat tails. Not a lot of activity here. At least not now. I'm surprised, we're very close to this and nothing's showing up. What is it? I don't know, but that's not a polymer. Polymer servant. Interesting. Didn't expect to see live people. And so far we haven't found a single living people where they're polymer. So we can organize an escape. I don't want to attack their servants. They can choose what they want to do after we killed the polymer. But what the hell is going on here? Maybe they're in a situation where either they serve the polymer or they die. Maybe they could be indoctrinated so that they'll take their side. Either way. It's a drawbridge. We can kill the farmer there. There isn't gonna cause any real harm. Might be a drawbridge. it's a normal farmer, it'll go down with a single blade strike, I think. If it's not, we're gonna need the power attack and the multiple strikes. Yep, didn't die from the first strike. What do these things do? No idea. They did something. No idea. More Crimson Nerd. Yeah, this isn't going well.
Must be my imagination.
I think we can just kill them, that's not a problem. It's more of a preference. Try to avoid killing them. Bait 4. If we get into a tough spot, that principle will go right out the window. Not risking my life for these pathetic people. In many ways, archery would be the best possible combination for stealth. You never would put yourself in danger. So the reason I don't want to use it. It is great. Fantastic. However, just using a dagger is a bit more personal, and there's a risk involved. Is this it? Sorry about seeing your lab. Well, this is sort of a city at least. Rumination. Hall of Rumination. It's weird seeing there are more people than Palmer here. Mostly empty corridors with machinery running. Can't open it. So it's probably opened by a switch. Shock resistance 70%. Is it? Living quarters. Well, the servants follow their masters, so we have to treat them as hostile. Don't dare to use illusion spells too much because they would probably just kill their servants. One-handed increase to 36, yeah, one-handed damage sucks too. Even with the boost provided by the items, it's not great, but thanks to those boosts we are able to at least kill these things. Blackreach. Where exactly would this go? It's a tower. So it's not... yeah, it's not like we return to the ground level or something. This seems more like what I would have expect a Crimson Root, Nirnroot mission would have been in Oblivion. There, Nirnroot was a rare ingredient. Here it's much more common. The Crimson version seems to be the rare thing. That could be a war leader. Full of servants. Certainly has the armory. Well, well, well. Well, 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 well. Well, 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 well. What do we have here? Not see this opportunity coming our way.
What was that?
We can get him to move, that's great. Go closer to the edge, my friend.
Huh? I guess I was just hearing.
Time to end this little game.
Okay, you people need to calm the fuck down.
Not impressed.
He survived. He did not goddamn survive. They're probably reacting to it.
I am going to find you.
We murdered some kind of a former leader.
Nobody here now.
He has caught me, cannot steal from me. But yeah, seems like the entire point was to kill that guy. Ah, what else? Nice. So we assassinated their potential leader. Weak farmer could have died from a single hit. You never know beforehand, so better played safe. So the servants may find themselves in a situation where are no longer farmer left. They're the only ones here. There doesn't seem to be any particular purpose to this place or anything really fateful. We go there already. I think so. All of Ruminations. Ooh, company station. How would you access it? Through Hall of Ruminations, okay. I mean, Hall, Debate Hall. Just get up and there should be an access point. I didn't notice any access points. Well, if there is one, this should be it. Maybe this works the other way around. This isn't a place to try to gain access to. This would have been an alternative place to gain entrance into this place. Where does this go? Moved again a little bit up. Goes nowhere. One point away from concentration maximum. I might turn it immediately. Concentration would be fairly easy to raise up, and we certainly could use more points. And I don't see us getting anything close to a significant amount of points unless we just go legendary with some of these skills. Smithing doesn't necessarily need it, but light armor certainly could use it. One-handed could use it. Archery could use it. That's and our leveling up has slowed down drastically over it. Sneaking resetting could be another option, but I wouldn't like to do it now because we have nothing besides the sneaking really to rely on. We have a lot of weak skills or average skills, but I would probably have to go back to using destruction. It's not a bad thing necessarily, but I don't know. It's definitely something to just using ice magic, but no. We just moved away from just blasting everything to death. Was slightly amusing, and definitely through frost spells I might go back to that, but I don't want to go there now. Dragons have become a big problem after I ditched destruction. Catacombs. Silent City. Didn't mean to do that. Should be a polymer, easy to kill, take down. None of these guys seems good. Seriously, no one died? try this again. Duration 100. Are we gonna do it or not? The only benefit to having Conjuration 100 would be that we'd have 2 summoned creatures. Not a bad benefit, but 2 Atronachs or reanimated zombies. So we could have our little posse while we sneak forward. Not a bad deal by any means, but we really could use the points. If we move this to legendary, we'll have those points immediately, and we can quickly move back. Restoration is something I do not want to even try to do. It likely won't go to 100. Alteration... I'd rather not, but there's some benefit into it. We could get rid of... well, it's not like it's a huge investment here, so I don't think it's even worth the change. And we already have half cost on expert level alteration spells, so there's nothing really wrong with alteration. This is gonna suck for a while. Really suck horribly. 6 perks. That guarantees illusion. Requires 2 more. More for light armor. Or more. Maybe bladesman. Attacks with swords have 10% chance of doing critical damage. No. Dual wielding attacks are 20% faster. Dual wielding power attacks do 50% more damage. That's a genuine benefit, because that's what we do with the daggers. We just don't have the necessary skills really to have benefit from this. So. Me down, son of a bitch. Human heart. Shaman key. I'm still not quite sure which way this is supposed to go. Is this forward or is this backward? Because they were definitely keeping an eye out on the other direction too. So I think it would have opened one of the doors. We'll see. So we're getting conjuration bonuses too out of this. I do want to use conjuration again, so definitely taking the points. It also, because we also gimped our damage with the bound weapons by doing this, so we need to recover very quickly. It's a replacement for smithing for conjured weapons, so cannot live without it. How much would be a single summoning spell at this point? Maybe we can afford one. Wanted to summon you down there though. Front weapons do more damage. Not quite sure what it's based on. Is it skill based? Or is it just take the perks? Take the perk and you got everything you can gain from that. I think it's take the perk. More shaman skills. Now they're both hiding. Lovely. I do not like Falmer AI. Want to see if there's a difference in getting experience based on the creature you summon.
There you are, weakling!
Hard to say.
There could be no other end.
A bit of candlelight wouldn't hurt. I saw quite a few chests. Ebony shield of magic suppression. Nothing terribly bad here, nothing terribly good here. Water breathing should last some time. Nature alteration. No one will suspect that the moving ball of light here is some... definitely triggers or something. Trigger the trap. The gigantic blades. I think this is just an alternative entrance slash exit. Geode vein. Common soul gem. Black soul gem. Grand soul gem. Not to complain about that. And out of Blackreach. Yep, it's a Palmer settlement, and that's pretty much the end of it. It's sort of a shame. Still nice to see that kind of interaction that we haven't seen before. Where am I now? They didn't give a shit about my... No, they did. They should start murdering each other. They're definitely berserk. They just haven't focused on each other at all. Well, we can drastically increase the power of this spell if we just get a little bit of more Luren experience. Currently a Palmer here. So just a guard station basically. Suppose the soul gems are gonna be emerald and a corundum ore. Corundum. So geode seems to be changes per vein, what you can find there. At least within a few options. Yeah, Did not notice you. Dangerous, dangerous place. Suppose we might as well get as much of this Crimson Nern group with us as we can. No harm in that. Getting closer to the location we need to reach. Activate this. See how many enemies do we have here. 1. Is that it? I'm not sure what benefit is to us to activate this thing. Gonna pick a fight with something? Well, it hits hard. It's not very durable though. I'll just move past. If something manages to kill it, we can just loot it then. But we don't have to do the killing and fighting. Although I think it would be easy. Very powerful attacks. Not good on defense. What's he trying to do? What are you spotting? You're just patrolling for no particular reason. Well, it's not gonna drop anything too amazing anyway. But in general, we do want to kill them. You never know. Might. Need to get rid of this. It's not going to be a problem when we go in. Might be a problem when we come out. We'll lose the invisibility at that point. And it's staring right at the door. Alt and Authentic Cathedral. Why am I doing this? I could just backstab this son of a bitch. I mean, if it is staring at the door, easy. What could possibly go wrong? Sinderian Field Laboratory. I think Sinderian was the guy who in Oblivion wanted Nirnroot. Could be mistaken, but the name sounds very familiar. Field Journal. Let Crimson Nirnroot in Blackreach. 6 out of 30. Holy shit. I spent a large portion of my life unraveling the mystery of the Nirnroot, and yet I still feel unfulfilled. The thrilling sound the strange herb emits seems to taunt me, to push me even harder to discover its secrets. Even after a generous and indomitable traveler became a field collector in my stead, and provided me with 5 score of the Nirnroot, I was only able to muster what I consider a mediocre alchemical creation at best. This only served to strengthen my hunger and whet my appetite for the solution. Yeah, it's definitely the same guy. It wasn't until over 50 years later that the answer to my prayers was carried into my basement workshop at the Westwell Inn. First thing I heard was the familiar tone, that unmistakable warble unique to the Nirnroot, but when I turned around, my heart leapt and a chill ran down my spine. This was indeed a Nirnroot, but of a variety the likes of which I have never seen. The herb was awash with a spectacular array of red hues, each leaf seemingly emblazoned with innumerable variations of crimson. I couldn't move. I was completely transfixed. Never in my wildest dreams could I have imagined a species of Nirnroot with such a unique property. After an awkward silence, I finally managed to stammer out a few questions to the traveler who brought me this treasure. He told me his name was Obeth Arnesian, a treasure seeker from Skyrim. Apparently he'd been exploring a vast subterranean network of grand caverns called Blackreach, and had stumbled across what he dismissed as a noisy red weed. His expedition was largely unsuccessful, and he didn't want to leave the caves empty-handed, so Obeth picked one of the Crimson Nirnroot to bring home. He said that it took some time, but eventually he was pointed my way, and that perhaps I'd pay a fair price for it. Before I could gather my wits and ask anything else, Obeth offered to sell me the Crimson Nirnroot sample, a map showing me how to find Blackreach and the strange key needed to breach its outer defenses. It took me mere moments to decide. Obeth let Skingrat 1,000 septims richer, but I would have easily paid 10 times that amount to obtain the sample alone. It took a year of planning, but I was able to pack up and sell my workshop and make my way into Skyrim. Before delving headfirst into Blackreach, I knew I needed to set up a new laboratory, but wished to do so in seclusion. After making inquiries at the College of Winterhold, of which I was an honorary member, I was directed to speak to Abrusa Sarethi, a student of botanical alchemy who had a small farm near the city of Riften. By bartering my knowledge of Nirnroot cultivation, I was able to secure a Sarethi farm as a launching point for my field research. I kept the knowledge of the Crimson Nirnroot a secret from Abrusa, but imparted everything else I knew to her in exchange for her hospitality. A few months passed, but I was finally ready to enter Blackreach. I used the runed lexicon that Obeth had provided and descended into the depths. My goal was to gather enough Crimson Nirnroot to produce my greatest alchemical creation to date. I was certain it would take at least 30 of them to provide the necessary catalyst. This brings me to the present. My initial research seemed to indicate that the Crimson Nirnroot has a similar affinity to moisture as the garden variety, but also maintains some sort of symbiotic relationship with the enormous fungi that inhabits Blackreach. It's my guess that the fungi itself is a source of water, absorbing it from the moist subterranean air like a sponge. This provides the ideal environment for the Nirnroot to grow. Unfortunately, the Crimson Nirnroot appears to have a vastly shortened lifespan, and they are in no way plentiful down here. Gathering 30 of them will be quite the challenge, But hopefully the denizens of Blackreach will allow me to gather my samples unhindered. Yeah, good luck with that. Ragged trousers. I guess we could go on a Nirnroot hunt. We'll explore the place at the same time. Potion of prolonged invisibility. I don't know what happens when we finish this, but it might be worthwhile to do the alchemical testing before that. There's a reasonable chance we might get some alchemical benefits. The Rerum Derinis, probably another thing that raises alchemy, but do I care enough to try to maximize things? With alchemy, I don't think so. We've read this before, anywho. Well, something to do, I suppose. We probably want to prioritize just moving around instead of trying to pick fight with everything we do this. That's not even 1/3 way there, and it's sometimes very hard to even keep track of where we've been here, so it could take some time. Track water sources. Hear the sound. Ooh, dangerous, dangerous. Do we really care what happens in a fight like this, for example? I don't think we should. There's gonna be a million of these little skirmishes here. So we want to get ourselves involved with every one of them. It's gonna take forever. Clearly here are Nirnroot. Oh, 1/3 way there. It's not too bad. Where's this going? Skyrim. Well, we might as well see where exactly it's going. Great Lift of Altan. Carry weight situation, still healthy. Yep, I think I'll end things here, but I'm going to continue the Nirnroot hunt, take a look around in Blackreach at the same time. The reason I didn't want to explore the Altan place that we encountered is that we already have the map marker for it on the Skyrim map, so it's It's going to lead us back up here, isn't it? I'd like to prefer to focus our efforts into places that are probably contained in the Blackreach. Either we don't know if they have an access point to the surface. Well, that's pretty much the only reason. So we might enter places that are sort of a waste of time. But definitely want to focus on the Crimson route. What could it possibly be? I doubt it's worthwhile, but we need to track down sources of water really more than anything else. There was a river when we started this. Probably should just follow something like that. Everything we can. Yeah, there's water. I can see Crimson Nerdwood there too. So yeah. Maybe we can't tell exactly where we're going. We can still keep note of our directions we're moving in general. So southwest western part in general is somewhere I guess where we came. But we might as well start there because we moved through it without paying too much attention to this. And if it says 30 Nirnwood is hard to get, I'll believe the man. I believe it. So I have to take a more systematic look.